In the vast realm of American entertainment and underground wrestling, Janet Romano-Zicari, known as Lizzy Borden, stirs much debate. Her extreme filmography and bold presence in Xtreme Pro Wrestling, XPW, illustrate a daring challenge to societal limits, cinematic boundaries, and gender roles in both erotica and wrestling. Borden's journey transcends mere infamy. It serves as a cultural touchstone, questioning norms around acceptable content, female empowerment, and artistic freedom. Entering the scene at the 21st century's dawn, an era characterized by cultural upheaval, digital growth, and relaxed media regulations, Lizzy Borden seized the evolving entertainment landscape. She harnessed her persona powerfully, directing provocative films such as Cocktails, 2000, and Forced Entry, 2002, while later asserting her influence in XPW's violent domain. Her career journey, partnership with Zicari, and eventual imprisonment for obscenity distribution reflect broader discussions on censorship, artistic boundaries, and female freedom. Borden's directorial debut initiated a trend of extremism in cinema, aiming to shock rather than just entice. Beginning in 1999, she produced films that defied conventional limits. Titles like Cocktails, showcasing women engaging with bodily fluids, and Fossil Fuckers, coupling older women with younger men, aimed for more than mere erotic appeal. They made bold statements about taboo subjects, degradation, and body politics. These works presented sexuality as performance art, grounded in grotesque realism, challenging traditional exploitation cinema boundaries. The reception of Borden's films sparked intense division. Critics labeled her works as repulsive and exploitative, while supporters defended them as radical expressions of free speech and creative freedom. Crucially, Borden was more than an actress, she was a creator. Her authorship changed the male gaze, positioning a woman at the forefront of some of the era's most shocking and visceral sexual content. In this way, Borden aligns with trailblazing filmmakers like John Waters and Pasolini, albeit within a different context. The filming of Forced Entry, highlighted in PBS's Frontline episode American Porn, 2002, marked a key moment. Though ostensibly a rape simulation, it blurred the lines of consent, performance, and authenticity, provoking outrage and legal scrutiny. Borden's work ignited a national discussion about whether obscene material could also qualify as art, and whether female authorship disrupted conventional views of victimhood in these narratives. Beyond film, Borden introduced her distinctive style to professional wrestling with XPW, founded alongside Zicari in 1999. XPW was akin to punk rock in wrestling, raw, rebellious, and overtly sexualized. Within this chaotic space, Borden shaped her image as the boss's wife, embodying both a manager and a dominatrix. Her rivalry with wrestler Christy Mist and manipulation of talents like Chastity and Veronica Kane redefined Borden not as a mere object of desire, but as a dominating matriarch. She directed humiliations, forced women to strip, and frequently orchestrated attacks via her faction, the Black Army. In these actions, Borden reshaped the concept of being a heel, villain, in wrestling. She was not simply a side character, she was the driving force behind the tumult. Her on-screen command was matched by behind-the-scenes authority, as she and Zicari made key decisions that positioned XPW as a hub for wrestling crossovers. Adult film stars transitioned into valets, and sexual themes intricately intertwined with the Federation's narratives. This unprecedented blend of adult themes and wrestling showcased Borden's commitment to dismantling binaries of spectacle and obscenity, sexuality and violence, performance and reality. In 2009, Lizzy Borden and Zicari faced federal incarceration for distributing obscene materials, primarily Borden's contentious films. The trial brought to light America's complex, often contradictory views on free expression. As the internet thrived and violent content permeated mainstream media, Borden's extreme work drew specific scrutiny. The legal actions against her stemmed from outdated obscenity laws, where criteria for community standards ignored digital globalization. Additionally, the prosecution revealed gender biases. While many male directors created similar content, few faced Borden's level of scrutiny. Her arrest represented a moral scapegoating, punishing a woman not only for her creations but for her control over them. Interestingly, Borden's legal troubles elevated her image as a countercultural figure. After serving her sentence, she restarted media projects, with her incarceration symbolizing defiant authenticity. The contradictions in the state's actions, promoting free speech while punishing its radical practitioners, highlighted the tenuous line between legality and morality, decency and control. Critics claim Borden's work lacked subversion, labeling it exploitative for commodifying degradation and reinforcing harmful stereotypes under the guise of empowerment. From this angle, Borden's authority appears superficial, repackaging misogyny with a female face. The disturbing nature of her films and dominance in XPW, detractors argue, perpetuated toxic narratives rather than dismantling them. However, such critiques often neglect the vital distinction between depiction and endorsement. Borden's films unsettled audiences by confronting them with extremes of fantasy, urging viewers to examine their discomfort limits. Moreover, her roles as director, writer, and performer positioned her beyond the archetype of exploited actress. She wasn't a system victim, she represented a radicalized version of it. Her often controversial choices embodied artistic authorship uncommonly seen in the industry. Lizzy Borden's career, spanning extremes to underground wrestling, illustrates the risks and power of artistic defiance. Her body of work challenged established norms across both fields, presenting a vision of female authority that was as grotesque as it was transformative. By pushing boundaries of acceptability, she compelled society to confront its contradictions, its taste for shock, unease with female power, and arbitrary expression limits. The thesis presented here, that Borden's life and work embody a radical challenge to societal norms concerning obscenity, gender, and authority, stands validated through the exploration of her directorial works, wrestling character, and legal battles aimed to silence her. More than just a provocateur, Borden emerges as a cultural figure employing transgression as a deliberate critique of a society threatened by its own desires. When reflecting on Lizzy Borden, it's essential to look beyond mere shock value and headlines to recognize a woman who ventured into two male-dominated territories, cinema and wrestling, and reshaped them in her image. Her legacy lives on, not only in the annals of film and wrestling history but also in the ongoing discourse about who has the right to create, who shocks, and who faces consequences for taking bold steps. If you appreciated this video and wish to see more similar content, kindly consider subscribing to our channel. Subscribing will ensure you're notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you for watching, and I eagerly anticipate seeing you in our next video.